The Nazca Lines, messages to the gods or alien landing strips. Good evening, dear listener. As you settle into your calm, quiet space, let your body relax, let your thoughts slow down, and let your imagination take flight, high above the deserts of southern Peru. Below you, ancient lines stretch across the barren earth. They form animals, plants, strange geometric shapes. You see a hummingbird, a monkey with a spiral tail, a spider, each carved into the land with startling precision. These are the Nazca Lines, made by a culture that existed long before modern tools, long before planes, long before we could see the earth from above. And yet, they made these vast designs. Hundreds of them, some nearly 400 meters long, only fully visible from the sky. That's the first mystery. How did people with no way to fly create art meant to be seen from the heavens? Were they messages, maps, rituals etched into the sand? Or, as some believe, were they signs, landing strips for something not from this earth? Tonight, we begin our descent into this dry, windless landscape where the lines lie untouched, waiting for meaning, waiting for eyes to see what they might truly be. As you breathe in, feel the desert heat fade away. As you breathe out, let your curiosity take over. You are now gliding just above the ground, tracing ancient paths, flying over riddles carved into stone. The mystery has begun. As your body continues to sink deeper into stillness, your mind remains awake, floating gently above the desert sands. The Nazca Lines are old, very old, created between 500 BCE and 500 CE, that's over 2,000 years ago. A time with no satellites, no airplanes, no tall structures, and yet these drawings stretch for miles. The people who made them, the Nazca civilization, left behind no written records, no guidebooks, no clear explanation for the lines. But they did leave patterns. Many of the shapes seem symbolic. Birds, fish, jaguars, all creatures of land, sea, and sky. Some are simple lines stretching like ancient runways. Others form complex spirals and trapezoids that shift as you move above them. One theory: these were ceremonial walkways, ritual paths traced by priests, step by step, following invisible energy lines said to flow through the earth. Another: they were astronomical markers, giant calendars aligning with solstices, equinoxes, and constellations, used not just to track time, but to communicate with the heavens. And then there's the more mysterious idea that the lines weren't for humans at all, but for beings watching from above. Craft in the sky, visitors, observers, something not from here. Why else make massive shapes only visible from the air? With each breath you float lower, seeing the intricate details carved into the desert floor. No roads, no buildings, just lines, clean, purposeful, untouched. The wind rarely blows here. Rain almost never falls. That's why the lines remain. Waiting. What they're waiting for is still unknown. It's so quiet. Just you, the wind, and these lines etched into the earth like whispers from another time. Let's look at the alien theory for a moment. It sounds wild, right? That these lines were made for visitors from another world. But consider this: some of the geoglyphs look like runways, perfectly straight lines, long and wide, laid out like ancient airstrips. Now think about the time they were made. No machines, no modern tools, just hands and purpose. How did the Nazca create designs that only make sense from high above? They had no aircraft, no way to see the full picture from the ground. Yet the proportions are almost perfect. That mystery has fueled theories for decades. Some believe these people had knowledge passed down from star travelers, beings who taught them math, astronomy, and symbolism. Others say the lines were like cosmic invitations. We see you, do you see us? And maybe the Nazca weren't alone. All over the world, Peru, Egypt, Mexico, We find pyramids, symbols and alignments that suggest someone somewhere was watching the skies. Coincidence, or part of something bigger? You don't have to believe it. Just imagine it. Let your thoughts drift beyond logic, past the edge of the map, into possibility. A sky filled with secrets, a people drawing messages in the dirt, hoping someone, something would respond. And maybe, just maybe, they did. Fertility, or the monkey, linked to the rainforest, or the condor, soaring high and connecting the earthly and spiritual worlds. Even the hummingbird, small, precise, could symbolize rebirth or endurance. Each figure held deep meaning. And maybe these giant drawings weren't meant for gods in the sky, but for the gods in the earth. Some theories say the lines were a way to communicate with underground water, hidden rivers beneath the desert, a kind of map for sacred flow, life drawn in lines. So whether they were for sky gods, alien crafts, or buried springs, they were sacred, meant to be seen, felt, walked. Ancient messages carved by hands with vision. Hands that hoped someone, someday, would understand. They were trying to connect with visitors from the sky. These theories suggest the lines were landing strips or navigational signals for alien craft. To a person on the ground, the shapes mean little, but from high above, where no Nazgûl could ever reach, they form images impossible to miss, like signs on a runway or coordinates from another world. A massive spider, a perfectly straight line for kilometers, a giant trapezoid carved into the earth with no machinery. Why create something so vast it can only be seen from the sky unless someone or something was watching from there? Some say the Nazca lines are proof of contact. Others say it's just human imagination reaching skyward. Maybe both are true. The lines have endured for over 1,000 years, through sandstorms, droughts, and time itself. Silent, unmoving, watching. They hold their secrets, refusing to explain. And maybe that's the point. In this quiet desert, in the stillness of night, the Nazca lines remind us that not everything must be solved. Some mysteries are meant to be kept, to inspire, to wonder, to dream. So sleep now with the hum of ancient questions echoing beneath the stars. Let the lines guide you, not to answers but to possibilities.